Squeaky's on the windowsill, king of the throne. Charlie's got a feather toy, she's in her zone. Doobie's in the kitchen, knocking stuff down. 3 cats ruling this crazy little town.
Good morning, guys. Sorry about the sporadic posts lately. I went through bringing Doobie home, who was probably sick. She's fine now. She plays with absolutely everything, and she won't leave Squeaky alone. Even when he was... I swear that boy was almost dead. I swear. I mean, he was like this big round. He was back to his old self, and that was scary to me. And I honestly thought he was going to go. And then he got all better, and he's still getting attacked by Doobie. Well, I mean, even though she's feeling better now, she wouldn't bother Charlie. Charlie hiss and growl and get away from me. And then when she got sick, because Charlie got sick too, she had this weird thing with her third eyelid again. It's still protruding a little bit today, but she's being more herself than usual. And I'm so happy about that. I think it was just a cold. Because she did seem to have a fever. Because her little tongue and her nose and her ears were hot. They weren't like warm, like cat warm. They were hot. So, and now she's getting into the sneezing part, which Squeaky, he's sneezed maybe once a day or so lately. So, I mean, my nightlight. There he is, in all his glory. He's Squeaky, baby. Handsome boy. Hey, what's it doing? See, he's just fine. I don't know what happened. I honestly think, and it ain't nobody's fault, this happens to cats. Seriously, I think I brought a kitten home that was sick. And you never know what's going to make your cat sick anyway. You never know. Whew. So that's what I've been doing. Honestly, I've been basically all she wanted to do. And I feel bad about this because I let her do it. All Charlie wanted to do was lay on me. There were a few times that I got out, went to Mom and Dad's. I think I went to Mom and Dad's like twice maybe. Did the food bank, that kind of stuff. But didn't leave for too long or whatever. Or she seemed like she was well enough for me to be gone that long. But basically at home, what she wanted was to lay on me. Which I knew she wasn't really as sick as the other two had been. Because she was eating. She was using the litter box. Though looking in there, it looks like, yeah, she's got tummy issues too. It could be any of the three of them, but I think it's her, because her turn. She didn't even start, she was a little gassy, and it smelled, oh my gosh. That was worse than what I could do as an adult human. And I'm like, Charlie, that come out of you? Yeah, it did. It came out of her. Oh. So, anyway, she just didn't seem as sick as the rest of them, except for she wanted to lay around on Mommy. What is Mommy's job to do? I am Mommy. I'm supposed to comfort her. Now she's in the great beyond, sleeping on a packaging of some sort. I have these big, huge cardboard type packaging. You know, the kind that egg cartons are made out of sometimes. Not the styrofoam, but the other stuff. I have that. But it's big pieces of it. And I'm like, there's got to be something I can do with that. That's a waste to just throw it away. If nothing else, which is weird, with nothing else, I'll just start a fire with it. What is that? Oh, that's me silver. Because she's been wanting mommy all the time, I've been trying to crochet a lot. Do I have anything done? No. But I have a lot of things started. Oh, it's supposed to be up to 87 degrees Fahrenheit today. Let's see. What is that? I know 90 is 30 Celsius. So about 28, 29 Celsius. So, yay! Go me! I might have to jump back into the indoor pool. There's Doobs. There's Twinkle Baby. Get him! Get him! She's not too far behind him all the time. It's like she is obsessed with him. And he does the same at her and whops her back and slaps her back. But she's obsessed with him. Charlie acts like she's gonna commit a crime. Except for when she was sick, she would just hide. She would hide in intervals during the day. And then come out and be on me, and then go hide some more, and then come out and be on me, and then hide some more. Like I said, she just didn't act as sick as the other two. Actually, Doobie didn't act as... Squeaky was the one that was the sickest. Doobie, I thought was just a kitten. And she stank. And we thought maybe the mother had been poisoned somehow. Or I thought maybe the mother had been poisoned somehow. Like I said, there's some people out there that'll just give them anything they want to. And, so sorry for your luck if they die. Or considering cats being an issue or something like that, and that it's their job to take care of them. I'm going to take care of them, catch them, get them neutered, and release them. They're not hurting anything. They're keeping vermin out of your space. I swear how much vermin I would have in this space if I didn't have 3 cats. I think the cats are vermin sometimes because they're buttholes. But today I will be in pursuit of trying to keep myself cooled off. This little tiny fan here. Oh. Seems to do a lot with air. This one, my biggest fan up here, it does okay. At night, well, my biggest exhaust fan at night, I will turn that on and have it suck the air out the door. But that's usually at night. During the day, I just have a breeze on me, just because there isn't much else you can do other than go swim in the indoor pool. There just isn't much more to do. It's too hot. I will lose my breath if I go out for a bike ride or a walk. It's already too hot. It's already 80 degrees at 11 p.m. You guys ever do that? You're just sitting around and it's like 11 o'clock. If it's 11 o'clock, why is it bright out? Isn't it nighttime? I thought it was nighttime. Did I go to bed last night? Why is it 11 o'clock and the sun is out? So, it might be just the fact that I don't have much of a schedule. Or sometimes I don't know what day it is. And sometimes I don't know what time of day it is. Oh. I gotta get... I'm hoping they send me my birth certificate. I know it's Sunday and I'm not gonna be able to check any mail, but I'm hoping they're gonna send me my birth certificate. It was a dang near $70. And it was like the end of June. Middle of June. About a month ago. They will be sending me my Social Security card, though, because I already asked for it. And if you go through their site, and if you haven't asked for one for many, many years, they'll just send you another one. It'll be $60 for... I don't really know if I had the right information on my birth certificate either. Dad said I was born in Inkster. Mom said Barry County. That's all I know is Barry County, and he said Inkster. So, made a pan of food bank. What did I do? Oh, food bank food. Basically made a free meal. Actually, about 6 free meals for me. Or 4. Depending on the size that I eat. And I had made a whole entire video about showing you how I made an absolute free meal. Then a few days went by and I realized I still had that video that I hadn't posted. So instead of posting it, I dumped it off my phone so I could put more patterns on it from Pinterest. Rice. Oh, I know what I did. I had a cauliflower, 3 onions. I had all this produce. And I chopped it up in the chopper. Because across the street, she left a chopper on the ground out there near the garbage. You know, he's just going to throw it away. Or that's what we do in our neighborhood. If we got something big that kind of still works, but somebody could use it, we leave it on the side of the road and put free. Hair, mine. Washed it, and some of it comes out when you wash it. Anyway, she left the thing on the side of the road. It's missing 2 blades, and she had gotten it from a resale shop. But it worked just fine for cutting onions. My eyes burnt initially for cutting the 2 ends off of it, and then after that, nothing. And I got almost a gallon bag out of 3 onions. So what I did was I did all the chopping of the produce, but there was... And I guess I could cross-contaminate because I cook it all up in one pot anyway, but... There was onion, there was carrot, there was cauliflower. Any of the odds and ends that I had to scrape out of the thing to add a different vegetable to chop so I could freeze it. I put it in a pan. I'd gotten a pound of rice, Little Smokies sausages, spaghetti sauce, oh, the little green onions. I was calling them shallots, but they're different. Shallots are French and they're an onion type, but they're related, but they're different from each other. But anyway, small green onions, and they're out in my toilet growing. I got carrots too. I got 3 big carrots. It made a lot. Chopped a lot. So anyway, I didn't add any of my spices until after I started eating it, because, But on my video, I was so proud of having an absolute free meal. Absolute free meal for me. Actually, it wasn't so free, I guess, because I had to ride there and get it. But, just showing that if you think you've got nothing to cook or eat, it's in those bags. It's those ingredients. Those are not meals. Those are partial pieces of meals that you put together, that you cook. A lot of people are saying, I can't afford to buy meals. No, you can't afford to open a $10.99 box and put a pizza in the oven. For $10.99, you could probably feed yourself for a couple of days. For $10.99, you can get all the ingredients for all those pizzas and probably make 4 or 5 of them. So, I was also going through my I'd also gone through my frozen veggies that I'd already bought, because I had bought my food, and then I think the day later I went to the food bank, so I had like extra food, and I had 3 cans of veg all. I've got 3 bags of basically the same thing, frozen, that I'd bought. The onions, I had 3 bags of those and about 3 or 4 bags of the pepper and onions. And I had, did that whole thing go in the soup? Yeah, I had a pepper. It was a green, no, it didn't. It was a green pepper, and the one green pepper was halfway full of the same bag of the peppers and onions that I had frozen. So what I did is I chopped it up and poured it in there to refreeze it. Now that I have the chopper, though, I would probably get fresh rather than frozen, because I initially like using fresh stuff. I would love to have fresh stuff, and then cut it up and freeze what I don't use for the moment. Because if I don't freeze some stuff, a whole lot of food is going to go to waste. And I don't mean the one that's in between my chest and my legs. I mean, a whole lot of food's going to go out there on the ground. That's why I initially buy canned or frozen. Because frozen, I can open a bag, take what I want out of it, reclose it, and throw it back in the freezer. You're not supposed to do that. I don't know why. I don't get sick from it. And it can stay and stay and stay and stay and stay if it's frozen. If it's fresh, you have to freeze it, or it's gonna go bad. And I hate wasting food. I hate wasting food, but I also hate having to eat it all. Because my stomach don't want me to do that. And I don't want to have the obligation of having to eat all of that. So, like, I made 2 big pans of this beans and rice. I had half of a pan of beans and rice. So it was already cooked. And I was like, okay. So I was cutting the other stuff up. And I'm like, I guess I'm just going to do this. And I had 2 big pans of it. So I took most of it and put it in the freezer. So it's going to do nothing but sit in my fridge and get rotten. But I guess the point in that last video that I had deleted was basically learn how to cook. It's cheaper to learn. It's cheaper to buy ingredients than it is to buy a whole meal. As in, it's cheaper to buy what that meal that you're going to pick out of the freezer, pot pie. It's cheaper to buy the ingredients for that than it is the pot pie. That being said, living by myself, sometimes I like somebody else to do the cooking. That's why once a month I get my little pizzas. I'll have 2 of them. I eat them on the weekend. I didn't have coffee. I ran out of coffee. So, luckily I have iced tea, which on a hot day like today, I'm going to need the iced tea. Iced tea. And then I have instant. It's Family Dollar instant. Don't buy that stuff because you have to add a lot of it to get any flavor. But it's been too hot to go anywhere, to go get coffee. It's been too hot to drink coffee anyway. It was cold enough. I drank coffee all day yesterday. But that was the instant. But my issue isn't that I need coffee. The issue is it's too hot to drink it. But alas, I have a cup of instant. Suppose I could moisturize my face. Double Repair Face Moisturizer UV Broad Spec SPF. I'd rather have SBF, not SPF. I think that's the difference. I'd rather have sunblock than sunscreen. Because I am as white as one of you Irish people. This woman does not tan. I do not tan at all. I turn red. And then I turn peel. And then I'm white again. I do not tan. Oh, so... I'm sorry, that's not my preferred method of losing weight. Oh. So, I don't know what I'm going to do today. I'm having a hard time thinking of things to talk about, really. It's just been cat. And cleaning and putting up curtains, and I made my little toilet garden. Yes, I made a toilet garden. I don't know if I want to open the door and show you. Because I don't know if I want to open the door and show you. Because I don't want to let the heat in. I don't even know. I don't even know how hot it is outside right now. Probably about 80 right now because it feels like 83 inside. I'll check. I was right. Not really right. It was 79. 79. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. Just basically cats, cats, cats. Taking care of this cat, taking care of that cat. Feeding them, cleaning. Same old, same old. Getting my stuff back to... my house got out of hand again. That's because... honestly, it's because I was taking care of these guys. And then I'm sitting around thinking I could use this here and I could do that there. I could do another thing another way. And we could eliminate some of this mess. I don't need all this mess. It wasn't intended to go back that way. And it's not really back that way. I've got way more spaces to move around than I did before Journey's Journey. But I better watch her. It's going to get that way again. I got that pink garbage can out. Driving down the road, I've noticed just about absolutely everybody kept their barrels. When they switched companies, everybody had kept them. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to put that thing back outside. It doesn't need to be in here. I thought I was doing a slick thing, and I was like, I'm keeping it. And everybody else did too. I'm like, all right, whatever. They're not going to say anything. I guess, I mean, Little Travers isn't Little Travers anymore. It's garbage F. I don't know. GFL. That's all I know. It's GFL. So, they're not even in business anymore. So what do they want? Their little barrels back? You wanted me to throw it out. Just put it on the side of the road. We'll take care of it for you. I'm like, no way. I know how expensive those things are. I'm like, there's no way. I don't care if it's pink and it says some garbage thing on it. It says garbage on it. What I kept the thing for is sometimes I can't get the garbage out to the side of the road in time. Because sometimes there's too much snow. Sometimes it's raining really hard. Sometimes. Or sometimes it's just before pickup. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I don't want in my house. So I just kept the thing for a reserve garbage can. Why not? Like I said, I know how expensive those things are, and so does everybody else. I mean, I paid for it long ago. They might as well let me have it. Oh. I've been trying to figure out how to make... And Mom, I know. You're going to see it. You're going to go, well, you can just stop, blah, 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 blah. My mom can fart art. So when it comes to string art, yarn, string, thread, Mom can do any of that. Sewing, with or without a machine. But I'm trying to figure out a pattern for a dignified looking, an incognito kind of thing. You don't want to sit there and go, I'm 82 years old and I'm wearing a bib. And they do have where you just cut out the arms on a button-up shirt and you just, in the back, I think. And you could do the same thing with a t-shirt, but I want to make it look like you'd want to wear it. But I don't. My issue is things that I could make it really freaking pretty. Maybe not so bad. I mean, not so bad to look at, just, I could make it look really pretty. But the issue with that is, are you going to want to wear that over your clothes and get food on it? No. So I'm trying to make it dignified and like you'd want to wear it, but you wouldn't mind slopping food on it. Because absolutely every shirt my mom owns And it's getting worse because she's getting older. Has her little dot right there. And I noticed her grabbing a bandana. They use them to blow their noses on. They put them in their pockets. And she's just shoving it in the chest of her shirt. So I've been on a venture to find like cool looking shirts that you could put over top of your shirt. And then you have your dinner, slap on that thing, and then your shirt underneath it. It's adult bib. So I found a few. I'm trying to make sense out of the pattern in my mind. If I don't make sense out of the pattern in my mind, then the thing turns into a rag. That's that. It's just a rag, and I'm not going to do it anymore. It's not going to fit me right. I'm not going to do it right. Gone. It's a rag. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting to go to the Humane Society garage sale. I usually get my cotton blankets for dang near free there. But it might happen if I get my birth certificate. It might happen around the time I'm with Pam. That would suck. The timing sucks. But I'd rather miss that and be with Pam than go get me a few more free blankets. Like I haven't even gotten that one closed. But that one's blue. I mean, might even have stains on it. That one I got at a resale shop though. It was all snagged and broke and this and that, and they wanted $8. I says, $8? It's all broken, snagged, and snapped. Well, it's I'm like, she gave it to me for $2. There's still lots of it I can use. Probably could have used it as a blanket. I was taking one apart in front of Pam. She goes, all that hard work somebody put into that. I said, they're not using it anymore, or I wouldn't have found it in the resale shop. I said, someone's poor Grammy in heaven is cursing at me right now. I put that together when I was 22 years old. I stood up, so I guess I pick that up, put some water in it, put it in the fridge. So I guess I'll show you I don't even know. I might have showed it to you. There it is. Green onions. I think this here is beans. I know that one is a chickpea. Green onions. That thing right. I can't see what I'm pointing at. This big bulb is a leek. And this grass in here is garlic. And the green on a carrot. You can eat the greens on a carrot. And when you replant them like that, you are going to get just greens. You're not going to get carrot again off of it. You're just going to get the greens. But, oh. So anyway, there's my toilet garden. Oh yeah, I showed you that last video because Mom's like, the toilet's cute, but I got all these things you can plant things in. I wrote back to her on Messenger. I said, Mom, I said the reason I use the toilet is because it's been sitting out there for 6 years and there was nothing else it wasn't being used for anything else. And you can't replumb with that because it's got a broken piece on it, on the front of it. So when I had the dumpster, I just stubbed my pinky. When I had the dumpster, because I did get a dumpster, that toilet should have gone in there. And I can't find my pretty glasses, so we're stuck with my thinking glasses. But I had so much stuff in that dumpster. That dumpster was probably the width of my room here. Maybe a little smaller. No, the length of my room, of the width of my room. It was a little small dumpster. So I had enough to, that was like the very last, the couch and the chair and the microwaves, the fridge, that toilet, all those things should have gone in there, but I just didn't have. Well, the one time, the time I had that fridge though, the fridge was working when I had the dumpster at that point. So, anyway, my mom said, honey, you could have, I got so many things you could have planted plants you could use for planters, blah, blah, blah. And no, I went out there on that porch. I felt like coming right on back in. You know why? It's really hot out there already. I'm going to sit around in this house and I'm going to try to keep cool today. And I'm sorry about that, being inactive. But it's too hot to be active. If you've heard me walking on my walking videos, you'll hear me going when I'm trying to walk. I have lung issues. A lot of them were self-inflicted because I was a smoker. But I've had lung issues before even that. I had bronchitis when I was a baby. Matter of fact, Mom said I was about Alana's age when she almost died too. About 10 days old or so when I had the bronchitis. Alana almost died at about 10 days old with RSV. She's okay. For her. And I can't blame like the hospitals or anything like that or even RSV for her autism. Because you know what? I might be too, and my dad says he is too. So, yeah. And I always put in the disclaimer of, I say I am, because I can't prove that I am. There are so many signs that point to it, but I don't have a professional piece of paper saying, Tressa, you're autistic. I didn't get to see my sister. I don't know if I told you any of that. It's been days. It's been a couple of days, and I'm sorry. I get into my creative ruts, and I forget about the entire world. I didn't get to see my sister, so there was no bike ride the next day. Apparently there was something wrong with the car, and somebody had to come get them. So I didn't get to see her. I didn't get to see the kids. But the day... Was it that day? The day we were supposed to see her, I did ride my bike over and did housework for Mom. Mom and Dad. They don't ask me to do this. Matter of fact, they probably would enjoy it if I'd leave them alone. But they shouldn't have to ask me to do it. They shouldn't have to ask it. It should just be done. Um, when I was a kid, stuff, well, a lot of times I had a messy bedroom. My messy bedroom looked like my house did before I started Journey's Journey. And a lot of times I just got sent to my room. I got sent to my room and I thought, cool, all my stuff's in here. And I'd take a nap. And then they'd come and find me 4 or 5 hours later sleeping. Get up and clean your room! So if I got in trouble and I didn't get in trouble and had to do dishes, I'd get in trouble and get myself sent to my room. I was a sneaky little sucker too. Mom and Dad would say, you can't have TV, but the entire house would be sitting in the, her and them too would be sitting in the living room watching TV, but I couldn't watch TV. So I would sit there with my back to the TV, pretending to play makeup. Because when you play makeup, you have a mirror. Let's see, what else did I do to torture these old people? I don't know, Mom could do her own vlog about, you know what Tessa did to me? You know what else she did to me? Mom could do her own entire vlog. Tessa! I was just like massively window shopping. Like I went on a window shopping spree. I didn't spend any money and I'm not going to. I never do. But I do have a shopping addiction. And you could tell by every time I come home from a resale shop or a yard sale binge. But mine is to look and see what's out there. What is there? What is there? What's out there? What's out there? So I will go. And I didn't get rid of it, but I won't buy from it. I'll go to Temu, AliExpress, Amazon, Walmart, all of that. Scroll through absolutely everything. Just look and look and look and look and look. Like, go on a major window shopping spree. Because it's free. Well, it's not free. You have to pay for the internet to be able to do it, but it's free. So I was over there looking at, what was it, Temu? I was looking at Temu. What I want is my entire butt crack hurts from riding my bike, and it shouldn't with that big seat. But the seat that I want, nice memory foam, wide, it has a back on it, $30 on Temu. Imagine what it is on Walmart or Amazon. I have a lot of pipe dreams, I suppose. I saw this thing on I think it was Amazon, so it was like almost $2,000. But it's this cube the size of a stove. It has a refrigerator, a sink, a hot plate, and a cupboard underneath it, and it's just the size of a stove. It's got a refrigerator on it too. And I was like, man, you know all the stuff that I could eliminate in this house if I could have one of those. So I get on there, I'm thinking, how could I do this? How can I get that? How can I? Making plans, that kind of stuff. I said, major window shopping. I even found Oriental Trading Company. I was looking at them. Most of their stuff nowadays, which isn't a big deal, is Christian. It's a lot of Christian kids crafts and stuff like that. And I was like, that's very different from when I was a kid. That's one place I want to look at. Fire Mountain Gems. Oh, it did help. You know that vitamin C serum that you put on your face? You could put that in your hair. I Googled it, and it said a couple of places that you could put that in your hair. It'll help it grow. It'll help it stay, like, shiny. Like I need it to grow. But it'll help it look healthier. So, yeah, I Googled it first because I was like, I have this vitamin C serum. It's supposed to go on your face. So I Googled it. Yeah, you can. You can. It's good for your hair. There is a string up there that is flying around in the air. Must have been a cat fluff. I can't find it now. I was looking at bike accessories. I was looking at saddlebags. You know how they have saddlebags for motorcycles that go over the back of the tire? I was those are about $30 or so on Temu too. So I was looking at those. Because the other day, when I came from the food bank, it was a heavy load, and I dumped my bike. As in, it fell over. I would have fallen over with it hadn't I hopped off of it and let it just do its thing. It was too heavy of a load. I got it home and whatever, but it was... So I'm looking for alternatives. Because if I'm going to go to the food bank, that's the vehicle I'm using. For some reason, where is it? There it is. Sometimes when I'm sitting here, and maybe it's because I don't have any of those diffusers, because if you plug things into my walls, then you're taking a bet on whether the electric's going to work or not. But sometimes when I'm sitting here, all I can smell is like burn up inside my nose, like I'd been smoking, and I haven't. So I have, and I'll buy this stuff every once in a while when I'm in the store and I see it. This smells just like you get out of the car and you walk on the sandy beach. You smell the coconut oil and all that stuff. But it's not like coconutty. It's just like, it smells like going to the beach. And people have suntan lotion on. So I just opened the other one was Malibu. What was this one? Island in the Sun. The other one is Malibu something or other. They smell very similar. This one smells a little more floral, but I think that's because it's got jasmine in it. And I opened the other one. I used it in the bathtub. But anyway, when I'm just sitting here, and all I can do is smell burn up inside my nose. It might be the fact that I can't put diffusers in, plug diffusers in. It might be black mold underneath the house, because I had that washer flood my bathroom like 2 or 3 times. Well, where does that water go? So I sit here and I smell stuff. It smells better than that burn smell. Because I was sitting here one day and I go, why am I smelling nail polish remover? And then it could be an animal underneath there that expired too. But they said that black mold can also smell like that. If it is, oh, my battery's running low. I have to charge you. If it is that, I must not be very allergic to it, because I'm not like, you know, or needing to be hospitalized or sick. The cats were sick, but no. There, I plugged you in. They weren't sick until after Doobie got here. And if that's black mold, again, it's been there a while. And if it's underneath the house, nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can do about black mold under the house. Except for burn the house and move. So, why do I keep hearing... Maybe the fan is throwing its voice. For some reason it sounds like I'm doing a load of laundry, and I'm not. So... No, what it is I can hear the electricity running through the thing. I can hear... that my furnace is alive, that it's plugged in. It's not turned on. I could climb up there and unplug it, really. But why do that? It's not turned on. And it's only getting a small current flow. And it might get cold enough to where I do need it. Last night it was very cold. For summertime. But what I'm hearing is the electricity going through the furnace, like a hum, like a I know it's not pulsating, but anyway, it's the furnace. So here's your vlog about absolutely nothing for a whole freaking hour. Just catching up on stuff and whatever, and trying to get it back into grooves of everyday life after everybody's has averted their tragedies. Also, it's very strange to be living in a world that Ozzy Osbourne does not live in anymore. And Hulk Hogan too. It's very strange to me. Because they were always old. To me, they were always old. So I was like Tom Jones, he's still alive. I think they all went and they drank unicorn blood together or something. Because they shouldn't have been still alive. And especially the two, Ozzy and Hulk Hogan. Those two should not have been alive as long as they did. As long as they were. But it's just, and I was never really like a giant, I mean, even before, like that day. But I was never really a giant, like, fan of either one of them, really. But that day I was sitting there and Crazy Train was going through my head. Going up the rails, you know. It was going through my head that day, all day long. And then that evening, I'm waiting for Moody to wake up, and because, yep, we're still talking. Anyway, waiting for him to wake up. All of a sudden, the first thing he says to me is Ozzy Osbourne died. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, I've been like listening and thinking of Crazy Train all day long. And then, I think it was like the next day, maybe the same day, Hulk Hogan died. I guess that spiky-haired cook that died, Burrell, guess she took her own exit. Ozzy was already sick. He was sick like his entire life. I mean, you couldn't barely understand what he had to say. And he said it with an English accent. And then Hulk Hogan, I think they said it was his heart. Overworking his heart. And I'm like, you know what? That's what happens when you take steroids. And don't tell me Hulk Hogan didn't take steroids. Don't tell me Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't take steroids. And I know for a fact that Sylvester Stallone did, because he got caught with him, I think in Australia. So, if you think you're going to take steroids for muscle mass, you'll get your muscle mass. And then you'll get a whole lot of medical issues after you're done taking it. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you can tell he took them. Because I know he's dang near, he's proud. How old is he? 77 years old. I thought he was older than that. And he's got boobies on him bigger than me. Of course, that's not hard to do, but I mean, you could tell. And a lot of times when you do steroids, you get boobies. Men get boobies like that. Men get boobies from age too, but they don't get them as bad as if they were taking steroids too. You could tell though. You can just tell. So anyway, there's your video about absolutely nothing. Me talking about the cats and catching up on stuff and saying people died and showing you my toilet garden. Oh, I will try to be back on again tomorrow and try to remember that I'm supposed to be vlogging. I didn't forget about you. It's just I went in my own trestle world and forgot about absolutely everything that didn't have to do with my cats, my crochet, or window shopping. So I guess I'm going to say, you have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye!